Before we get into the video, I want to say thank you to all of you so much for all the support. I really appreciate you. And I also want to tell you that I am enjoying doing this course for you all. All right, and now let's get into the video. Oh, and one more thing. I do want to tell you that I'm going to start working on new merch designs for you all. And as always, all the links will be in the description. And now let's get into it, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back for another video. I believe this is part 3, número 3, of the series that we are doing or that I'm doing, however you want to say it, about getting started with calligraphy for beginners. And in this part, I want to talk about the common mistakes that new calligraphers make. And it's going to be just 3 little simple things that I've experienced and that I have saw other people do. And first, I want to start off with learning about focused practice. And I say with focused practice, practicing in a time of just not being bothered by anything and really recognizing the differences of practicing for hours and hours and then just practicing for 15 minutes daily. Because for me, I learned with practicing for hours is not going to make that much of a difference if during that time when you're practicing, if you are being distracted. And I say by being distracted is that you're not fully locked in. Number 2 is not learning one dominant hand. And in calligraphy, they're called hands and not fonts because, okay, I'm getting messages. And anyways, back to what I was saying. So in calligraphy, they are called hands and not fonts from the research that from what I have learned. And by not dedicating yourself to learning one hand, I mean, whenever you start off with calligraphy, you may be overwhelmed in a sense of, oh my God, there's so much that I could do, so many different hands to learn. But the best thing that I learned when I started was dedicating myself to learning one hand. And after learning chancery to the level that I did, that's when I got to broad edge calligraphy. And through broad edge calligraphy, secretary was the hand that I dedicated myself to. And then after doing secretary for a good while, it was black letter, learning, I think it was called I can't even say it, Shu Wabasher, if I'm even pronouncing that right. And then it was fracture. So I would dedicate myself to those hands, but more so than anything would be secretary. And I feel after learning to dedicate myself to one main hand, after that, I felt a lot more confident. And I felt I learned the tools a lot better. And after that, that's when I started to move into learning different ones. All right, last but not least, number 3, staying committed and not getting discouraged. And I will say, time and time again, I see people online, or just not just online, in general, get into calligraphy. You know what? This could be applied to any what I want to say. This could be applied to any hobby that you get into. It's staying committed and not getting discouraged, and as well as not getting bored with it. Because whenever you do something, there's going to be a time of that you get bored with it and you just feel, what else can I do? And that just is all with exploring and seeing where you could take it to. So I want to just end this off with dedicate yourself to learn one hand and one tool dedicate yourself to that. And let's say you want to start with broad edge calligraphy, get a pilot parallel pen, stick with that, and just learn your letter structures first. And then don't forget the focus practice, because if you're learning a hand but you're not having focus practice, what can you do other than put ink on a paper? But you have to be in the right mindset while you're practicing, and you got to be focused. And then number 3, let's quick recap. You want to, with the first 2, you want to stay committed and to not get discouraged, because you are going to be able to make it through, and realize that calligraphy and a lot of things that you do in your life is not something quick and short. It's a marathon, and it takes a lot of practice, a lot of failure, and a lot of crappy work. All right, and that is it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And last video, I hoped that you learned a lot from it, and it was, I think, one of the longest videos I've done in a very long time. All right, see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.